Dear friends and colleagues, a virtual greeting to all of you from the hotel in Bali that has become a quarantine place for me after my recent coming back to Bali from Europe. This is just one of many repercussions that COVID-19 has caused. Despite the restrictions of movement that we all know well enough, both my colleagues and I continue to work without interruption. We have not had a moment of pause in the last 2 months, except for the booking and operational departments. Management, administration, accounting, product and commercial, we are all very committed to the strategies that allow us to navigate through these very difficult moments and at the same time to create product and operational innovations to be ready when we can start working again. We can continue our normal communications and carry on our work by telephone and video conference. You can also check our website, where the conditions in each of our destinations are regularly updated. With these videos that we have been offering you for about a month, from our general managers, product managers and sales staff, we bring you the latest information about the conditions in our destinations, our philosophy, our new procedures and product innovations. For those who wish, meetings and seminars are available for detailed updates. The hardest part for all of us is figuring out how things will evolve between now and 2021 in terms of procedures, travel, services and available supplies. All we can do is to closely monitor these changes by maintaining an open and continuous dialogue with hotels, restaurants and the entire service provider supply chain, as well as with the local authorities in order to be ready at the time of the departure. The unknown variables are numerous and our main effort at the moment is to try to keep costs and services unchanged, replacing those that will not be available with viable alternatives. Cancellation policies are subject to constant changes that we try to standardize as much as possible. As mentioned in the previous video by our product manager, Lotus philosophy is geared towards high cultural, experiential and emotional content. For years we have been offering special thematic itineraries where we are oriented towards the deepening of themes and places visited. A slow and accurate approach in the wake of what is known as slow tourism. Right now we are expanding the range of offers and I am pleased to give you a little sneak peek of what this kind of itinerary is all about. First, however, I would like to mention that this type of product limits mechanical transport to the minimum, thus limiting the carbon dioxide emission. In fact, for us, commitment and continuity on the sustainability front remains extremely important. Our programs require all our activities to become carbon neutral. Most of the tours we offer are already carbon neutral. In anticipation of the economic recovery that will make energy consumption higher than before, this commitment becomes even more important. Moreover, although what has been said so far is Lotus' commitment for the foreseeable future, our product that includes regular departures remains. Indeed, in some cases it has been strengthened. Returning to our subject of slow tourism, I would like to briefly talk to you today about Malacca, a Malaysian port city that for many centuries has dominated control of the Strait of Malacca that was connecting the Far East, China, Japan and the whole South Pacific, with the Indian subcontinent, the Middle East and Europe. In addition, it was a storage center and waiting point for the change of monsoon winds that allowed sailing. These particularities made it highly coveted by various powers who wanted to trade and control the passage through the strait, and in the last 8 centuries, Chinese, Indians, Persians, Portuguese, Dutch and English have succeeded in influencing the policies of the Sultanate or dominating it by colonizing it. Many famous people, adventurers and traders have left their mark in Malacca. Many of these signs are still clearly visible and make Malacca a unique place of global historical testimony. From the great navigator Admiral Cheng Ho, who came here in 1300, during the Ming Dynasty, and to whom the oldest and most important temple of Malacca is dedicated, through Alfonso of Albuquerque, all the way up to Sir Stamford Thomas Raffles. The exchange with China and the establishment of large Chinese communities led to the fusion of Chinese culture with the local Malaysian culture, creating a cultural dynasty called Peranakan. The Portuguese, renowned among all Europeans for their interracial marriages with local populations, have created a unique culture and language called Cristang. Colonial Dutch and Portuguese Chinese architecture dominates the entire ancient urban area. Malacca lost its crown when the British seized Penang, and Singapore became the absolute rulers of the strait by transferring the centers of commerce and government to these two settlements. Staying in one of the boutique accommodations located in the Old Town, we spent 2 days in the company of highly specialized guides with inputs of local narrators of various ethnicities and social backgrounds, to tell anecdotes and true family stories related to the life and history of Malacca. The trips are carried out exclusively on foot or in a rickshaw, the typical local transport system known as becak. We will see traditional Peranakan houses and eat meals in traditional Peranakan restaurants that offer exquisite and sophisticated cuisine, a traditional Chinese and Malay fusion. We will visit the Dutch Quarter with all its architectural structures intact, including the Church of Christ and the Cathedral of the city. We then devote ample space to the Portuguese district, where a large concentration of Cristang still lives. This mixed Malay and Portuguese Creole group, as mentioned, was formed during the 16th and 17th centuries, and still has about 1,200 people living there. In Malacca's golden portage, the Cristang were servants, fishermen, traders, and musicians. Now, in the 21st century, they have perfectly integrated into the modern life, keeping their traditions with stubbornness. We will meet several people dedicated to the continuity of the tradition, including those who give online lessons of their endangered language. The Cristang have a vivid and rich cultural tradition that, in addition to the language, is well expressed in both cooking and music. Slowly, step by step, we take a closer look at it, visiting some artists and participating in their musical improvisations and singing, as well as enjoying some of their culinary delicacies. With itineraries of various lengths, we visit and learn about places of historical, cultural, artistic, naturalistic, architectural, and culinary importance. We do prepare different slow tourism itineraries in all of our destinations. I remain at your disposal should you have any questions about what I have just shared with you. I am looking forward to seeing you and hearing from you very soon. See you soon!